President Joe Biden says the country is heading in the right direction with the coronavirus, but he says, quote, "We've got to keep our eye on the ball." Biden made these comments this afternoon in suburban Elk Grove Village during a speech stressing how businesses can help end the pandemic through vaccine requirements. Amanda Vinicky was there and joins us now with more. Amanda.
Yeah, Paris, Biden actually had a similar itinerary for last week, but he postponed his trip to Illinois so that he could stay in Washington, negotiate with members of Congress over his social agenda. So instead, Air Force One landed in O'Hare today. Now, the date may have changed, but the objective remained the same: to call for everyone to get the coronavirus vaccine and for businesses to help force the issue.
I'm calling on more employers to act. My message is require your employees to get vaccinated. With vaccinations, we're going to beat this pandemic finally. Without them, we face endless months of chaos in our hospitals, damage to our economy, and anxiety in our schools, and empty restaurants, and much less commerce.
Biden in September announced that the Department of Labor and OSHA will be implementing rules that require businesses with 100 or more workers to require all of those employees either be vaccinated or get regularly tested. Now, those federal rules are not finalized yet, but Chicago-based construction company Clayco did announce today they are following the president's requirements early. So vaccinations or weekly COVID tests. And that is why Biden visited a data distribution center under construction by Clayco. Laborers were wearing hard hats. They made up most of the audience. Otherwise, it was dignitaries. Now, it probably also doesn't hurt that Clayco's owner, Bob Clark, is a big-time Democratic donor. Now, the president mentioned a few other Illinois companies as proof that vaccine requirements work in upping COVID vaccination rates, singling out places like universities, University of Illinois Chicago, Northwestern, Rush, also Chicago-based United Airlines, which saw 99% of its workforce vaccinated within the months it instituted a mandate. Biden says there's no other way to beat the pandemic, and he says that he doesn't get the opposition to vaccine mandates.
Vaccination requirements work, and there's nothing new about them. They've been around for decades. We've been living with these requirements throughout our lives. Students, healthcare professionals, our troops have been required to receive vaccination from everything from polio to measles, to mumps, to rubella. And the reason most people in America don't worry about polio, measles, mumps, rubella, is because they've been vaccinated.
Early this morning, the White House released a new report on vaccine mandates and stressing, again, they work. The White House says the more people that are vaccinated, the better it is for the economy. Also, the report showing polling that shows most Americans are on board.
And some are making a political statement out of this issue. But a strong bipartisan majority of Americans support vaccinations. They know it isn't about politics. It's about life and death.
I did encounter several dozen protesters outside of the construction site, many of whom were wearing Trump 2024 flags or signs against mandates and masks. None of them made it close, however, to President Biden, unlike Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who managed to wrangle a ride with Biden from the airport to the event in the presidential motorcade. Now, she had not been on an original speakers list that was shown to members of the media, but she ended up with some podium time.
It is senseless that every single day there are people lying in emergency rooms, in ICU beds, and they're on the verge of death simply because they have not taken advantage of this life-saving vaccine. So we need to heed the advice of the experts, and we need to follow the advice of our president.
Lightfoot, however, did not stay to listen to Biden's speech. He referenced that she had to get back to work. Meanwhile, Governor J.B. Pritzker also had time at the podium, and he used part of it to brag that Illinois has the highest vaccination rates in the Midwest.
As the Delta wave has made all the more clear, to exit this pandemic, inventing life-saving vaccines isn't enough. We have to actually use them. Getting vaccinated is the right thing to do for ourselves and for each other.
Pritzker also got some time with the president, not quite one-on-one, not really in private. Now, after the event, Pritzker says that he and Biden talked mostly about the economy. The governor is saying Illinois has a whole lot of job creating to do and a whole lot of jobs that need filling. He says Chicago's violence issues did not come up in their conversation. But as for the Biden's call for businesses to institute these vaccine mandates, well, the governor is trying to implement vaccine requirements on the state level, at least for state employees who work with what he calls the state's most vulnerable residents. So those in prisons, healthcare facilities, veterans' homes run by the state. But so far, the governor has only secured deals with 3 small unions, including 2 new deals announced just today on getting vaccines underway. Negotiations, however, still ongoing with the state's largest public employees union. The governor says that he is focusing again on employees who work directly with the most vulnerable, but then he will turn to any potential requirements for the rest of the state of Illinois workforce. Now, by the way, not the only Biden making it to Illinois. First Lady Jill Biden is scheduled to be in Chicago on Tuesday. Paris, back to you.
Whirlwind visit today. Thank you very much, Amanda.